Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we are going to be starting with Joao Felix. It has been said, according to Gigantes, that Xavi has given Barcelona the approval to sign Joao Felix. Barcelona want a simple loan without any purchase option for the summer of 2024. So this is very important, my friends. We have to keep in mind that in order for a deal to go through, we first have to go through a personal agreement with the player. It has always been like that. If any club were to ever be interested in a certain player, they cannot find an agreement with the club first, because it would make no sense for that buying club to have an agreement with the selling club, but only for the player to say, I don't want to go to that club. It would be a waste of time for all parties. And so to hear that Barcelona do have a personal agreement with Joao Felix, now it is time for Barcelona to negotiate with Atletico Madrid. So before, there was always this debate within the club. It was said that there was people in the club that did not want Joao Felix, and there was also people in the club that did want Joao Felix. Xavi was one of those people that did not feel so confident on signing Joao Felix, mainly because of his professionalism and many other factors. And I believe that the operation of Joao Felix became even stronger ever since Pedri got injured, because it is quite clear, and the technical staff do see this, and they have been seeing this over the past 2 to 3 months. When you lose a player like Pedri, you lose a lot of creativity in the middle. Yes, we have Gundogan, but we need another reinforcement. And we talked about Lo Celso, we talked about Neymar, who was one of our options, even with Messi back in June and May. But the options continue to go down lower and lower, and now we are only left with either Lo Celso or Joao Felix. But for today, the main topic is Joao Felix, and everybody in the club do see eye to eye with the signing. Fabrizio Romano also stated that there are clubs in Saudi Arabia that have approached Joao Felix again in the last 24 hours. He's still waiting for Barcelona and will continue to do it. If Barcelona can't make it happen or decide against signing him, he will consider other options like Saudi Arabia. As of now, he wants to wait for Barcelona until the end of the transfer window. So I'm really impressed with the way that Joao Felix has been handling this whole situation, and let me tell you guys why. There was this player, I believe that he's Spanish, named Gabri Vega, who is like 21 years old. Recently, he decided to go to Saudi Arabia, and many of the people that followed the Spanish league thought that Gabri Vega was going to be one of the star players for the league in about 1 to 2 years, because he was one of the biggest gems from the previous season. And there were also other clubs like Napoli, Chelsea, and many other top European clubs that wanted to sign the player. But him, right, at the age of 20 or 21 years old, has decided to go to Saudi Arabia only because there has been a big contract offer. This player is going to be going to Al Ahly, where he is going to be seeing Mahrez from Manchester City, Firmino from Liverpool, he'll be seeing Kessié from FC Barcelona, and the goalkeeper Mendy, who did play at Chelsea before. So side note, this team from Saudi Arabia is building a super team. They're going to be colossal and hard to deal with. They're going to have so much quality. And so it was said that a lot of these Saudi teams, they're not just looking at players ready to retire, they're also looking at youngsters to nurture and to have them grow within the league. Now, why am I telling you guys all of this? Well, it's because Joao Felix could have taken the exact same route by now. He could have just said, I'm going to Saudi Arabia, I'm going to be earning 40 to 50 million euros a season, it's going to be for 3 to 4 years, and then it's over, right? Barcelona would now lose another option. But Joao Felix, even until today, is still waiting for the club. He's waiting for Xavi. He's waiting for Joan Laporta and Mateo Lemon, because he wants to represent this club. He could have easily been influenced by Carrasco. You guys do know that Carrasco, who plays at Atletico Madrid, has played at China before. He went to Atletico Madrid, went back to China, went back to Atletico Madrid, then back to China, and now back to Atletico Madrid. And so someone like Carrasco could have easily influenced Joao Felix, or Joao Felix could have looked at Carrasco as like an example, and he could have done the exact same thing. But no, Joao does seem like he wants to succeed at Barcelona, and that is a huge signal that's informing us that he's ready to deliver good results for our club. And we only want players that are ready to sacrifice themselves for this badge. So I do see him very focused, very determined. I believe that he does want to further his professional career by winning European trophies, and with Barcelona most importantly. So let's go into the further details regarding Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, now knowing that there is a full agreement between Joao Felix and Barcelona. Jerry Romero has stated this, and I quote, Barcelona have set their conditions for Joao Felix to Atletico Madrid. They want a simple loan that should not be paid, and Barcelona would pay his full salary. But if these conditions are not met, it would be very difficult for it to happen. The operation would not imply a departure of either Ansu or Abde, meaning that they can welcome Joao Felix without selling our wingers. But it depends on the arrival of the money from the German company. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did have an agreement with a German company that said we'll pay Barcelona 120 million euros for 49% of Barca Studios. I don't know if you guys do remember that, but that is an agreement that we have locked down 2 weeks ago, and we have yet to receive any of those funds. It was said that this deal was so important to the point where if they receive even 20 to 25 to 30 million euros from that 120 million, they would be able to register their players and bring brand new signings. And so Barcelona is waiting for these funds to be injected, and that's the reason why Barcelona do not have to depend on selling either Abde or Ansu Fati to bring in Joao Felix. And so all eyes is going to be on the deal between the German investment fund and Barcelona. They must inject that cash as soon as possible so Barcelona can go on the counter against Atletico Madrid. So I do want to move on towards the next story, and I'm going to make this very quick because we have talked about this before in a previous video. But if you guys do not know, and if you guys have not kept up with how Barcelona is handling the negotiations with Ter Stegen and his renewal, everything is 100% closed. He will be renewing with Barcelona until 2028, and because of this renewal, it's going to allow more financial fair play margin, and this is a class act from Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Jared Romero has reported that Ter Stegen's renewal will be until 2028. He had a contract until 2026. Those 2 years of his contract that he had left, he deferred that salary and will be paid in later years before 2028. And for the 3 new years that he signs, he lowered his salary by 30%. So what a way for Ter Stegen to help Barcelona in the short term and in the long term. This guy is leading by example. Of course, we don't want Barcelona to be that club that says we're going to be lowering all of the salaries and defer all of the wages for all players. We don't want that, but with this small help coming from one of our captains, of course, Barcelona would be getting even closer on welcoming a brand new player. So this is great news. And that is how I'm going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.